addition to his highly acclaimed work in spoken word and hip-hop, Mike co-founded Global Fam, a lifestyle brand, and is now the executive director of Education Without Borders. Together, Global Fam and Education Without Borders helped launch a project to create and maintain a computer center for disadvantaged youth in Burundi, Central Africa. Over 400 people have received free training, and it is now expanding, generating revenue and creating jobs. Education Without Borders supports education, music, and art initiatives in Portland, Tanzania, and beyond, and serves as an umbrella for the local Books for Prisoners chapter and the Global Fam itself. Mic Crenshaw is a co-producer, co-director, and 1/3 of the cast of Crenshaw, Shabazz, and The Homie Talk. Crenshaw is a co-producer of the It Did Happen Here podcast and co-editor of the book It Did Happen Here, an anti-fascist people's history, which is a very good book, and I highly recommend it. Needless to say, we at Resist are huge fans of Mike and his work. And without further ado, please welcome Mike.
Right? Yeah. Like the spaces that we get to come and be in, you know, sometimes we say this phrase like, oh, I'm preaching to the choir, but it's actually, we need to be talking to people who agree with us, right? People who know, people need to feel safe, because we're in a time where mass censorship is coming for us. And we need to be able to talk clearly about exactly what's going on. One of the things I'm grateful for about this environment that we're in currently, although we're witnessing a horrific genocide, and at times, you know, I feel very powerless, and I know a lot of us do. But the upside of it is that people are able to observe and see and decide for themselves. And I'm a little bit worried about the people who observe it and can't arrive at, you know, a place where they're like, okay, that's wrong. You know, that's a weird phenomenon, isn't it? So I'm practicing compassion. You know, I'm a very passionate person, and I can react in ways that are explosive. You know, it's taken me I've had to survive and become middle-aged to figure out that some of the ways that I acted, some of the ways I responded to trauma weren't good for other people in my community, right? So like growing up and fighting Nazis as a kid with my best friends, violence was a necessary tool, because we knew that the fascists their beliefs were violent. Their ideology is violent. Racial terror is violent, right? We see this happen in Zionist Israel, you know, in this assault on Palestinian people, the dehumanization that's part of the ideological framework and the belief system does not, it's like our existence at the expense of everything else, you know, and that it's cool to see people talk about the, you know, dealing with Zionist Israel, and you know, I think we all know this, right? When I talk about Zionist Israel, I'm not talking about Jewish people, okay? But that's a genius trick that has been orchestrated, right? To make people afraid, to make us, and I've been afraid all my life, you know, because I have Jewish people that I'm in community with that are chosen family, and I don't want them to feel like I feel when I'm dehumanized, right? I get that shit, right? So that said, it's like something occurred to me. And some of you, I've been saying this in public spaces lately. The myth of the vampire, right? Like they have to be killed with a wooden stake through the heart. They can't see their reflect. They don't like garlic. You know, fuck anyone who doesn't like garlic. But they can't see themselves in the mirror. And so it occurred to me, because people have been talking about Israel's like political psychology as narcissism. It occurred to me that vampire is a metaphor for narcissism, because a narcissist can't see their own reflection in the mirror. And it's very frustrating to deal with narcissists, because we can't, and believe me, I know we all have narcissists within the spectrum of how we show up. It's just part of being a human. But when we have to deal with the narcissist as being harmful, no matter how intellectually you dig deep, you can read books, but they're never able to be accountable because they can't see themselves as being harmful. And the idea that they're actually being threatened is the predominant mode through which they justify their behavior, even if it's destructive. So think about that. I'm gonna do some spoken word, and I'm gonna do some music. I'm also gonna grab my water here because I don't want. No. 8 billion is a lot of us. Critical mass of consciousness. Some want to ask if God exists, and I can't really say that a positive, but I am confident that apocalypse is a consequence of thoughtlessness. Without clean water and oxygen, then the populace will not persist. The sky, the land, and Mother Nature is all we have, and it all is sacred. The time is now. Don't wait or waste it. Once it's gone, then we can't replace it. What if this world is all we get? All the signs say stop, but I'm not convinced. What is the hypothesis if we continue the opposite? I'm like a mechanic on a diagnostic, eyes open, trying to see the options, increase the peace, proceed with caution, take risks, shape shift, decrease the toxins. I'm on a mission to do less damage, limit emissions, and eat organic. I refuse to panic, but while I'm on the planet, I'm gonna make a difference before we vanish. Skins, scales, fins, and feathers, fire and ice, changing weather. We're all in this together. Here we are now, earthbound. What if I told you the earth was perfect? Respect it, protect it, or you don't deserve it. Look for direction and search for purpose and figure out how to make it worth it. Go hard for the youth who will receive it and think about the future that will leave them. I can't escape, I can't fly to space, and I can't even sleep, so I'm wide awake. Reflect on the choices and why I make them. Mostly self-preservation. The meat we eat destroys the land, and how they slide at the beast is torture, man. And if I still eat that despite the fact, think about the personal side effects. I'm rolling through the hood. I'm stuck in traffic, thinking about our destructive habits. Kids on the corner just dropping wrappers. You can blame them, but where's the factory? Plastic raft the size of Alaska floating in the ocean, massive disaster. Can't wait for the government or magic human race. We can adapt. Where's the change? Is there a plan for that? Skins, scales, fins, and feathers. Fire and ice, changing weather. We're all in this together. Here we are now. Perfect. Aquarius through Capricorn. I'm a travel on my path and I'm off and gone. Marathon, decathlon. North America, the capital of Babylon. When I'm back at home, I get practical. Thinking, how can it be more tactical? I got strategize, harmonize, and be compatible with what's natural. Can we turn it around? They want to burn it down, kill the old growth for a herd of cows. I heard about that in 82. Learning about what acid rain can do, and it's not sustainable. It's not debatable. The same capacity is not available. Self-annihilation is not explainable. That's a violation of what I came to do. Spread love, shed light. I'm prepared to fight, but will more bloodshed ever make it right? They dropping bombs, and we can talk it out. Take a look around, see what I'm talking about. Conservation is a conversation, but not at the expense of the population. No, justice or equality with destruction of the ecology. I can't put my trust in policy when most of the economy is based on waste and exploitation. So the change is with the choice I'm making. Harmony between human beings, respect for nature and all living things. Drinking water straight from the stream. Imagine something so pristine. Skins, scales, fins, and feathers, fire and ice, changing weather. We're all in this together. Here we are now, earthbound. Thank you. I look at things as an opportunity. I have to transmute darkness into light, right? So in order for me to keep my own sanity, I've been somebody that self-medicates in dangerous ways, and I've been somebody who's been suicidal at times. So art is a way for me to participate in the level of sensitivity and awareness that I have, and like be able to transmute that. And yeah, so that's what it is, you guys. It keeps me up at night. It gets me out of bed daily. The art is Palestinian. The business is Israeli. Yeah, I said it. I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just nice and concise with the metaphors and poetic. You see, I'm trying to figure out how the first word out of my mouth when I get up in the morning and pivot and put my feet on the floor isn't fuck. That sense of drag. So I do what I love what I do, and it doesn't make it easy, because when you center what you love as a means to try to survive and support your family and contribute to your community, what'll happen is at night when you can't sleep, you'll be like, fuck. So, there's a whole lot of fucking going on. Yeah, let's see what else I got. Yeah. So, in thinking about this transmuting, I've been watching this conflict all my life, and it hurts. There's something about this round, and I know this is true for a lot of people. This round has been particularly painful. So I'm always counting my blessings. I'm like, I have a roof over my head. I have everything I need and most of what I want. And that's the irony, like, that we can have everything we need and a lot of what we want, and at the very same time, a couple of plane rides away, like whole families are being wiped out, like whole family lives, you know? And so I had a beat for a couple of years. I was trying to figure out what to write to it, and then my most inspired writing, it just falls out onto the page. And so that's what this one. This is called Freedom Song. There's genocide inside your mind, your vibe, opinions, and decisions, and if we criticize it, you scream it's anti-Semitism. Forgive me. It puts a blemish on religion. Play the victim, fit the image, but you can't diminish wisdom. Who is it? Who did it? Who had these crimes committed? Inquisitive. Which is it? Wicked, indifferent, or complicit? Missiles hit these kids, and if they live, their skins and limbs are missing. Their intent is to get rid of them or put them in a prison. This isn't rocket science or quantum physics. The Zionism, taxes fund attacks. Who manufactured all the bombs and did it? A fraction of a system, killing hundreds by the minute. Deny the fact that it exists, but when you listen, they admit it. And we're coming into that place. That's the opportunity, you guys. They are no longer able, and when I say they, I'm not just talking about Zionist Israel, I'm talking about the conglomerate that runs the military-industrial complex as a means of, it's beyond logic, right? Keeps rich people in power, okay, so like, I heard this figure a while back, it was like, the top 5% of the world's wealthiest people in 1980, it was in 1982, I believe, they had amassed $43 trillion, right? And the reasons for that had to do with deregulation of labor, like NAFTA, like shipping jobs overseas, along with automation of labor, so getting rid of people, so you don't have to pay a workforce. Because why should I pay a human being a fee when I can get a machine to do it for free, right? So that was a great figure back then, and now it's exponentially greater than that. So I found this figure, I was like, how much is $1 trillion, right? And I looked up $1 trillion. Do you guys know how long it would take to count to 1 trillion if you counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 31,700 years.
Oh my God.
I don't know, is that when our eyebrows were bigger, like the Geico caveman? Were there woolly mammoths? I don't know, but that's a long ass time. And it's pandemic, shit, wealth accumulations. So I say that I know I'm going on tangents and shit. Do you mind? Is it cool? Right on. Because I'm like, if it's not just wealth and greed, like, if it's greed, you have more money than anyone can even conceive of. So what else is going on here? Yeah, power, we can say power, but still though, like there are these figures and some of the people in Resist talk about these things, like you could defund the military to the tune of a few billion and basically solve all our social issues. Everybody gets health care, everybody gets housing, and we would still have the biggest fleet in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yep. The nuclear arms race. Like what the fuck? Like if you could I'm the type of dude, like I was raised like I eat all my food, right? And it's weird when I go to restaurants and I see people order these really expensive meals and they don't even get a doggy bag. They like eat a little bit and leave a bunch on the plate. Weird shit. So like from my blue collar working class perspective, if you pay for it, you better finish that plate. So like all these nuclear bombs. we could like change the atmosphere of every planet in the solar system. So what is I don't get it. Felicity has some clear theory about psychopathic behavior and how the psychopath actually needs like empathy. Where that's the only thing that's proven to like make a psychopath like walk themselves back, but in order for me to be an empath, I have to like kind of know why you do what you do. Honest beggars, lying thieves, psychopath society. For as long as I'm free, must I fight to be free? Monopoly on property manipulates economies. It's a mockery of democracy, where I can be shot and bleed by cops and keep walking free. Talk of peace is hypocrisy, talking cheap, walk with me. Atrocities that I can see like HIV and poverty. Across the street and across the seas, I believe quite possibly, cause my fleas on top of me. If one of us wants to push, all of us are gonna be right there beside you, with you behind you to guide you and give you the strength to remind you to have faith in what is inside you. This ain't just a rhyme, dude, this is survival. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. Basically, I'ma say some things, cut to the chase like razor beams, waste laborers, slavery, conspiracies, reality, racist schemes, create disease and hatred, grief, wasted dreams. We have the means of technology to live in harmony with equality. Make believe, taking seeds, hastily, chasing cheese, wasting beats, complacency. BT ain't the place to be if the same things and expose the truth. Show the youth what they can do if they believe in something new. Headfirst music just for you. This is an invitation to our liberation. For your consideration, listen to what I'm saying. No longer are we waiting. We grow strong from our creation. Action is our salvation, and apathy is starvation. Yeah. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. The first one is that music for the people, music for your body, lyrics for your mind. Thank you.
raise funds for community centers. Start a high school that is soon to be finished. Thinking about starting a community garden. Trillions on the floor while the poor people are starving. Music is a tool in the hands of the artists. Do the right thing and it makes you a target. When the pigs murder the innocent and walk scot-free, we gotta occupy the property and block the streets. I'm at the intersection between love and liberation, and indoctrination and occupation. I demand a response to this emergency, so the government is conscious of insurgency. So much work to do, so few jobs to find. The financial sector loops and rods are blind. Politicians are puppets and the Pope protects predators. The paper's propaganda protected by the editors. Somebody help me.
This is not healthy.
This is not healthy.
I am not wealthy.
I am not wealthy, but I do have the power to break the chains.
Doing what's right,
Doing what's right, you.
might lose your
You might
life.
lose your life. They want me to think it's suicide, y'all, but we gon' change the game. I'm going in. Like a strength to the pancreas, I believe in the government with the faith of an atheist. Rebellious, like Chavez in Venezuela. Man, my focus goes far beyond genocide. Surgical, I broke past cervical thresholds. From beneath the surface to surpass UFOs. Thrust to the facade, sequestering God. I plunge to the depths, that's my question. My job, I'm here. A group of implants dismantle the kickstand of a corrupted and busted, illegitimate system. If you believe in revolution, you're threatened with prison. Liberty or death, man, what's your decision? No moral ambiguity, all the ingenuity is thoroughly directed at war in your community. No matter what they do to me, it won't change the fact. Freedom's a human right, it's time to take it back. Somebody help me.
This is not healthy.
This is not healthy.
I am not
I am not
wealthy.
wealthy, but I do have the power to break the chains. Doing what's right, you might lose your life. They want me to think it's suicide, y'all. The characteristics of an American misfit in a materialistic, authoritarian system. As far as human relations, we know the master plan includes self-determination for all Africans. Coming from a deficit on the edge of a precipice, exploited by greed and racial prejudice. Our President Obama, Iraq to Pakistan. I'm marching in Portland to take back the land. The submerged surface coil purges oil that disperses further poison the oceans and soil. The merchants of death are certainly loyal to murder for profit. The whole earth is embroiled. So how do we stop this obnoxious nonsense? A meeting, a forum, a concert, a conference? I understand the need to talk and process, but we need action, not just thoughts and concepts.
This is not healthy.
Oh man,
I am not wealthy.
what I do have the power to break the chains. Doing what's right, you might lose your life. They want me to think it's suicide, y'all, but we gon' change the game. Woo. Shout out to Mic Crenshaw on the hook.
Yeah.
I will say,
Somebody help me.
we wrote that song in Detroit. We took a bus. I forget the name of the bus out of Olympia. A bunch of activist kids back in 2008 to go to the U.S. Social Forum. She was 8 months pregnant, and so she was like, I can't stay here alone, so she came with me. So they built a little loft in the back of that bus to try to accommodate. But we didn't realize that the back of the bus is like actually the bumpiest part of the bus. So it was a tough experience, but that song came out of it. Yeah. Let's see. I'm playing some old shit tonight. It's I'm not a pop star, so my music stays relatively new because so few people have actually fucking heard it. Like imagine if you made a song that was like, take fentanyl, get fucked, crash your car, good luck, and that was your pop song, right? That would go hard right now. People love that shit. But every night in front of like thousands and thousands of people, you had to do it over and over and over again. Shit. I remember with a friend the other day. He's an FM station hip-hop DJ. I had some songs I wanted to play, and I had to hear what he had to say. We put the CD on and we sat in the car where we imagined the tracks in the club at the bar and the speakers in the back of his SUV with some freaks rolling hard on ecstasy. You know, Spot T being feeling joint. When he looked at me and said, Mike, you missing a point. He said, people want to hear songs that make them think. They want to party and fuck it, high and drink. He said, that's the truth of the matter, and I know it stinks, but it's up to the people, not you and me. I said, hold up, Black, you and me with some of the people. And that should be enough to get this up under the needle. Plus, when I'm on stage, I'm in front of the people. When I capture their focus, like under cathedrals. And I'm preaching and speaking the word of the prophet. You've been in the spot and seen and heard me right. It's not about maintaining the status quo, but about staying reactive and knowing we have to grow. On that note, he said he had to go. He said, stay black. I said, stay radical. When it sounds so hard, yet smooth and clear. This is what we want to hear. When you know the truth and have no fear, this is what we want to hear. When the party starts, when you appear, this is what we want to hear. When you know what you're doing here, this is what we want to hear. I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm a revolutionary. So you can spread your cheeks for the industry, but I ain't gonna speak till we get free. Now I've been rocking around since the age of 10. Utensils utilized, pencil, paper, the pen. I love bringing messages to the women and men, and I walk on many different stages. I don't appreciate the state that hip hop is in. Radio is shady and you know what it is. They glorifying ignorance, strife, and sin. I'm not saying I am righteous, but I do know when. Shit is getting stupid and it's got to end. It's time for the next phase to begin. I said, it's been getting stupid and it's got to end. It's time for the next phase to begin. When it sounds so hard, that's smooth and clear. This is what we want to hear. When you know the truth and have no fear, this is what we want to hear. When the party starts, when you appear, this is what we want to hear. When you know what you're doing here, this is what we want to hear. Alright. So, because at a certain point in my rap career, especially when I was younger, I was like, I'm going to be on the cover of whatever magazine. I'm going to be on MTV. That was a dream I had. But everyone was like, dude, the stuff you're saying, it's not, and I couldn't figure it. I was like, I really believed in the, you know, in the pure heart, that talent was going to shine through, and they would be like, you're so talented, you need a record deal. But anyway. So I started, but eventually I started like taking pop elements and putting it in my music because I have to respect the fact that people have been conditioned to, you know, like certain shit. It's actually hard to write a pop song. It's a science. It's not easy. I'm gonna just do a 16-bar verse. This is unreleased. Paradigm shift, catalytic converter. Stopping niggas, stop from committing the murder. Ignorance is bliss, celebrity worship. They terrorize the innocent through pressure to purchase. Paralyze you with fear, I verify that fear. Left breath deep, slow and circular. Progress from the low to the peak of the vertebra. Kaleidoscopic light show where race is a tournament. And I'm here for this, you can hear, listen. Resonate, no spirit, Philly. Educate, encourage you. Participate in this pure vision. Alaska to the Amazon, Africa, Pangea. No paragon of the pantheon, I never had amnesia. My medicine is magic, it's evident in practice. Catch stepping in the traffic with their heads in their gadgets. It's turbulent and tragic and terribly traumatic. Think about the shackles, both the attic and dramatic. Yeah, y'all. I said, people in the back and the people in the front. Mic Crenshaw, I come and get you what you want. To the people in the middle and both sides, if you wide awake, say alright. Say alright. Say alright. Say ceasefire now. Say ceasefire now. Say free Palestine. Say free Palestine. Uh-oh.